Metafix is a show that teaches you how to think in the metagame. I am not here to give you the answers, nor am I going to tell you how to win. Metafix teaches you how to play in the metagame and how to react around the metagame and what is in the metagame. If you're looking for the answers, try HC Realms, check the forums, they have all kinds of neat toys and tools and teams being brought up, and check the results of a lot of the ROC tournaments or any Worlds tournaments to see how teams played out and what teams were used for. I'm just here to help you think.
Nationals was so rough. Look at all the cool stuff we got. I can talk about that next week. You're just going to have to wait. Because this week I want to talk about the mental game. The mental game is an important part of your performance in a Heroclix tournament. Going in there, knowing you want to win, that you can win, is very important. And it's a lesson I learned myself this past weekend by doubting myself going into day 2 and changing my teams at the last second. Something I shouldn't have done, and something I'm never ever going to do again. Hopefully. Now, I'm not saying I won't have a different planned team for day 2. I will be a practice team, etc., and so on. But I doubted myself and changed things, and I shouldn't have. I would have had a better performance. I probably would have had a better team going in. It happens. But part of the mental game is also not letting yourself be exhausted. I had the unfortunate pleasure of having to play in all 4 of the qualifiers at Carta Magica's event. And what's worth mentioning about all of that is when it comes to a major tournament, think of the schedule and the times that they list as more of a good idea. That would be a good idea to have all that happen, but it's not going to happen because organizing gamers is akin to herding cats. It's just not going to go right. And things happen. Computers are slow. Paper gets lost. You got to reorganize things. Somebody didn't put their name on something. You have to go chase somebody down. These things all happen. They all got to make sure that everything goes well. So with that said, understand that when you go into a tournament with 4 possible qualifiers like Carta Magica had, and they say that the last qualifier starts at X time, add about an hour to 2 hours for each tournament ahead of it, because there are delays that happen and things mess things up. And then I went into day 2 completely exhausted, and no amount of Red Bull is going to make you not exhausted. Physical exhaustion is just a part of the game, and physical exhaustion will affect your mental state, etc., and you will make ridiculous mistakes. So what you do have to plan for in such an occasion is maybe thinking in a level that might not be so advanced. If you have a team that has a lot of moving parts, maybe it's time to put that team aside and go with something like a Brainiac, Skullship, and a Sinestro Core battery. Because now Amber had planned this well in advance. I'm not making fun of her team. We saw the Skullship and she immediately wanted to use that with the Sinestro battery and Harley Quinn for her team, and she planned ahead of time because she knew full well that she might not necessarily qualify right away. It might take her a little bit more work, and then going into day 2 she needed something a little bit more simple to pilot and that she was more confident in with less moving parts to it. So, and she of course placed better than I did, where I decided that I was going to take my team that already had a lot of moving parts and change it to a team that had even more moving parts. And then in a fit of mental exhaustion on my second round, I completely forgot that Wizard ignored elevated terrain, even though I ignored elevated terrain for line of fire in a lot of cases. Lesson learned. So guys, make sure you know you're in the right head state going into a competitive tournament. Get some good rest. Don't rely on the caffeine to be your wake-up call. And if you're not well rested, dial it back for simplicity's sake. That's all I got for this week in Metafix. See you guys next week when we talk about these toys that we got at Nationals.
The opinions and thoughts brought to you in Metafix are not meant for the casual game at the table.
Made with Clix is brought to you by Majestic's Heroclix sales down Costa Mesa, California. Right now, they're in the middle of a storefront change. In the meantime, don't forget to check out their eBay store. If you check the link down below, they always have great Heroclix stuff at fantastic prices, and they'll ship just about anywhere.